Hi, ladies. Thank you so much for being with me here tonight on this Open and Aligned for Love in 2019 training that I created for the woman who's ready for love. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nicole Elissa. I'm a transformational love coach. And why is it that I added transformational to that word? I created a PDF and a presentation for this, but for some reason, technology has not been my friend in the last couple days, as some of you can know, where we were talking about like this training, and there was a problem with my internet service, and it just went down. Like I completely couldn't even connect back again, and I thought that was very interesting. But you know what? I always keep a positive state of mind, and I understand that the universe is operating in my favor and in the favor of all. So I created this training so that you can actually, like I decided to do it again because I felt like the universe was saying like, hey, Nicole, you should do this again, and have the recording so that people can have it and can connect with it. Last time that I did it a couple of days ago, a lot of women were really connecting with the message, and I'm not so sure if they were able to see the opportunity that I offer them at the end. So for those of you who are new and who are not that familiar with my work, I'm a transformational love coach. What does it mean to be a transformational love coach? I really believe that we are not the same. We all have different ways in which we process love, whether it's growing up or through our first relationships, and what we make to be the world or relationships mean is what we tend to create. And therefore, it's a very unique and specialized service. So it's important that you allow yourself to see transformation in it. And if you make yourself be just like everybody else, and you're not aware of, or you're not sure of how to like know the map and how to get to meet your man, you might assume a lot of things. I remember what it was like for me when I first started. I was on my own. I was figuring things out, and I was just going up and down, figuring things out, getting down, getting elated, hopeful, and then getting down again. And it was a mess. Like, honestly, because I was just following generic advice, and that it's great. Like, it's great that there's information out there that way, and it helps people in all walks in life. But what I had to learn really the hard way was that we all have different pathways to love, and there's certain things or belief systems that we have inside of us that can actually make something work for us or not. So in your case, you might be doing affirmations because it's very popular to do affirmations, and affirmations do work. Or you might be practicing leaning back. You might be practicing feminine energy principles of leaning back, or figuring out what to say to a man. And all of those add value. But what happens is there are an element to your journey, but for some women, it might not be the only step. So why is that? Because love is an area that doesn't just require your logical mind. What it actually does is you involve your heart, you involve your feelings, like your core, like the softest part of you. And I have seen a lot of women try to understand love or try to manifest love only at the level of mind. They tell me that they're using law of attraction principles to manifest love. And I love all of that. The thing is that I want to make it easy for you. I want to help you, because the transformation piece of this is actually being willing and releasing like core feelings, emotions, defense mechanisms that you created on the inside that are actually interfering with what you're attracting. So the purpose of this training is to actually help you be open and aligned for love, so that you can make those affirmations work for you, so that you can see how leaning back can actually work for you. There's a core element that needs to be addressed first for all of everything else to work. Does that make sense? Because, I was following all of the tips. I need to do a dream board. I need to write 100 reasons why I'm going to meet my man. I need to write like 100 lists of all the things that are going to work, or like that my man embodies, but then nothing would work. Have you ever been in a position like that? Let me know in the comments below, or you can unmute yourself, because it's the most common things. And then you find yourself going and using all of your mental power, all of your willpower to attract love, but then you're wondering, wait, was somebody sharing? Because iPhone, I tried a lot, but nothing worked. Okay, and iPhone, I believe you just unmuted yourself. If you want to unmute yourself, it's *6. If you're on the phone, I see that iPhone is unmuted. If you want to share, I would love to hear your voice and connect with you. So Noof, right, is saying, yes, I've tried a lot, but nothing worked. All right, so Noof, like, this is a training for you, because I'm going to help you like really open up. Please write on the chat box, Noof, like what you've done so far to attract, so that I know and I can make this more tailored for you and everybody else. iPhone, wait a minute. Let me see if I can actually hear you. Can everybody else hear iPhone? Like, well, the user, let's see. I don't know what iPhone's name is. Hello? Hello? Okay, so HH is saying, have tried law of attraction to manifest, meditation, positive affirmations. I hear you. And yeah, and it can be frustrating, but I want you to really understand what's going on today. And I'm going to give you a demonstration of how you can actually start feeling better. All right. Does that sound good? Because I want to make this really easy for you. I'm also going to give you examples of clients of mine who've manifested the love of their life just because they actually did what I'm going to shared what I'm going to share with you today. After I share with you what's exactly going on and how you can actually effectively start to attract the right men into your life in 2019, I'm going to do a little bit of an energy clearing, because most of you have found my work through, talks on attracting emotionally unavailable men, and you've been doing the beautiful woman and self-worth clearing that I offered you. And I'm going to explain to you why. This is actually one of the main elements. If for me, it's the biggest. That's going to actually make the affirmations work and everything open up for you. Okay. And from there, I'm going to share with you the program that I've created just for you that I've seen will really make you start to see results really quickly in 2019. And you can actually see the result that you're looking for, because we need to have more conversations about this in particular, so that you're not frustrated with the process and you're actually, you let it be easy. You let it flow. You let it come to you. You let the man show up, and you let all your feminine energy work really be in service and work for you. So you have to clear internal blocks that keep you from having your deserved abundance. Exactly. So I'm going to share with you a little bit why and how you could actually do that in a more specific format. So HH is saying, yes, please do the clearing work, especially on healing voice, being able to hold boundaries in relationships and have the strength to walk away from situations not serving you anymore, to make space for the right man. It takes a lot of strength, very hard. Why do you find it very hard? I would love to know. That's going to help with the clearing. Okay, HH, thank you for sharing. Now, I love that you're familiar with the energy work and the clearing work that we're doing, and I'm going to share with you how you can actually really attract love from this space. Now, how many of you consider yourself to be very feminine? Or if you don't consider yourself to be very feminine, you find yourself maybe in the opposite of feeling disconnected from your feelings or your emotions, or you're trying to manifest love from a really like headspace. And if you're really honest with yourself, you can feel how it's like a defense mechanism to stop yourself from being in your heart and feeling and letting love in. Because that's really what's going on when we disconnect fully from our feelings. It's fear. It's a protection mechanism. So who considers themselves feminine here, or more like disconnected from their feelings and stuff? I would love to know. Now, the reason for this is, as human beings, we have 60,000 thoughts per day. And out of those 60,000 thoughts, 42,000 are repetitive and negative, okay? I personally believe that the mind, as we currently use it for, or based on the society, at least on the Western side, is that it's on a stress level. It's on a survival, fight, freeze, flight response all the time. And a lot of the times, or more so than anything, in the area of love. Why is that? Because we haven't really been taught properly how to be powerful in our love and how to attract love. In the area of love is the area where you find, in the area of love is where you find very interesting, disempowered belief systems. And I believe that is why, the reason for that is because the ego is at play. Like I said, it's a defense mechanism, fight, freeze, or flight response, right? It fears getting hurt. So what happens is that we are told, if it's meant to be for you, it will come. Love naturally comes. But my biggest complaint about this is that you don't think about that way in any other area of your life. If you want health, you work out, you eat well. If you want a good job or a better job, or if you are your own boss or you're an entrepreneur, you figure things out, right? There's always a solution. And the same, ladies, the same applies in love. So if you could just do yourself a favor, whether you're online or you're not, please throw to the garbage the illusion that if love is meant to happen for you, it will come. Why is that? Because it shrinks your power. It shrinks your power. And it's not controlling. It's understanding energy and understanding that you are creating your life. It's the most important thing. A lot of, like, if we were to become more responsible about the cleaning products that we use in our house, about the food that we eat, and we were willing to study and understand things at a different level, we would have perfect health, perfect, love, perfect care for ourselves, and more and more and more, like, better use of our resources. So one of the first things that I recommend is for you to identify what sort of disempowered beliefs you are hosting or having about your love life, okay? Because love happens when you are aligned. Love really comes to you when you are aligned. And how do you know that you are aligned? When your thoughts, your feelings, and your emotions and your actions are in alignment with love. Now, what happens? When you do affirmations, you have to understand that most of people, like, they're just saying affirmations from their conscious mind, but they're not saying it to their subconscious and their unconscious, which is where the defense mechanisms, the protection mechanisms lie, the survival instincts of, like, love isn't safe, all those belief systems that you might have picked up on when you were a kid or based on your first relationships. So you could be repeating like a broken record, I am worthy of love, my man comes to me now, over and over and over and over and over, and love doesn't come in, and you might get frustrated, and then you might use one of the same defense mechanisms and say, maybe love isn't meant for me, or it will happen when it will come. No, what's actually happening is that you have different thoughts about love in your unconscious and in your subconscious, which are the places where you're holding the most amount of energy and attraction power. And you haven't learned how to activate and cross over and get your conscious and your subconscious and your unconscious mind aligned. That's the first step. Does that make sense? like, please let me know in the comments below if that makes sense, because it's going to make the biggest difference. Your unconscious, subconscious, and your conscious mind are not aligned. When it comes to love, you have to understand this is like your core, your softest area. This is like stuff about your subconscious. It's purely subconscious. And any other defense mechanism that you've created in your system to quote unquote survive, or to feel, you know, like how could you like keep yourself safe? Your mind is designed to help you survive, not to help you thrive, unless you train it to. All right. So that is the first point that I wanted to address today. Let's see. What other comments do we have? Totally disconnected with the feminine, but working on getting it back. Help. Awesome. Let me know what kind of questions you have with that. I would love to help you. We will also have some Q&A today. So then H8 says, very hard because afraid of not finding the right person, being left alone, or not believing deep down to be deserving of love. I can help you with that. That was like my main thing, deserving of love. So please reach out. I am not sure. I'm trying to figure out myself and how not to sabotage love from coming into life, but also to not accept less than I deserve. But when I am really attracted to someone, it's very hard to hold those boundaries. And there's a fear of being left alone, probably. So what's currently going on for you, HH, and for anybody who can resonate, where you know you deserve something, but when it comes to you, you might like keep it, it's because you have contradicting feelings and decisions in your unconscious and your conscious mind. So you there's a fear there. I won't have love. I don't know what your experiences in love, HH, have been. But maybe when you were a kid, you felt like you couldn't have love, and that you weren't going to be loved. And then from that place, you can start to react and be like, oh, consciously, I know that I deserve better, but you have this big energy of your inner child that is trying to get love because she doesn't believe she can have it, so she's willing to settle. Okay? So you find yourself fighting, and you want to make this easy. You want to move into perfect and beautiful harmony, right? Because right now what's attracting the energy in many ways is your inner child, because she's asking you to help heal her and that point of view. So don't get frustrated. I invite you not to get frustrated. And this training is going to help you, and the program as well will clarify things for you. Exactly. And not just, I want to say not just subconscious, I say unconscious, and the other element that I'm going to share with you today. So let's recap so far with the subconscious and the unconscious. I had a client who came to me, Nicole, I've been doing this, and this. Why isn't it happening? And she was feeling really frustrated. And when we were working on the energy piece, I realized you have this belief of you won't have it. Like, you got to believe that you can't have love. And there's a part of it that you don't want it. She was like, what do you mean I don't want it? I've been working so hard because love is the most important thing for me. And I was like, no, you don't want it. Because she saw things growing up, maybe parents fighting. She was like, oh, hell no, I don't want this, right? I know so many people that made that immediate reaction, and they were like, if this is love, then I don't want it. And then you shut it down and you put it in your unconscious, right? And that's a decision that stays with your unconscious. So then you have your conscious mind, which is like 10% of the game of attraction power. You have to use force to get things. And that's why you're feeling maybe tired or depleted, and you want to see a difference. And it's not happening because you're using 10%. And that 10% can be what you know of yourself during your day. Don't be mistaken, because the unconscious, it's unconscious for a reason, right? It's hidden. So because it's trying to protect you, you have to do work to actually get there. And affirmations are not the fastest way to get there. And it just keeps you going up and down. It's your core survival protection mechanism. Does that make sense? So you want to know what's going on so that you don't become discouraged. I'm making it this very, 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 very easy for you. Why is it that affirmations can immediately work for another woman and not you? because we're not the same. And everybody has a different and unique defense mechanism. Some women in their unconscious, they didn't choose to have the imprint of, I don't want love, I can't have love, I don't deserve to have love, I'm not good enough for it, it's not safe for me to have love, men are this, women are the other, etc. It's not safe for me to have love. They didn't choose that. So, and then when they start saying the affirmations, they might have in their mind a more clear path for love. But you have to really understand what is yours. And that's why you see a friend of yours meeting a guy at a bar, and then that's it, they're married and they're very happy. But you have to stop, and I really invite you to do this, to not compare yourself. Why is that? Because it's not about your girlfriend who met a guy at the bar. It is about coming back to center and remembering, what type of love do you want? Do not compare yourself to other relationships, because you don't even know how happy they are really on the inside. What do you want? Do you want your ideal man? Do you want your ideal relationship? Like, you have to choose to be in your power. You have to be willing to show up and step up and claim it and let it come into your life. Work for it, like, and align yourself powerfully with it. I'm telling you, like, when you choose coaching, it's kind of like you're choosing to have sort of like a top performer mentality, or more like, I want this. I know I deserve this type of love. I am very clear about the type of love that I want, and therefore I am willing to have it. It is through that fierceness and that commitment, that's one of the first steps that you actually get to your unconscious mind and your subconscious mind. It's not through maybe, right? It's not through, let me try this, and I'm going to like keep on doing this until it kind of works. It's not that, because you need to come at your unconscious mind with power and clarity and decision. One of my best friends actually described this, the unconscious and the subconscious mind versus the conscious mind, as you have to basically knock on the door of the unconscious with clarity, with conviction, with emotion, with decision, being very, very firm until your unconscious and your subconscious says, all right, she's serious enough. She's actually coming at me with the total clarity and the willingness and the feelings and the emotions that can start to override her initial request to protect herself, quote unquote, from love. And that is key. That is key. Or else, like, you have to understand that when you chose these things, especially if it happened when you were a kid, your mind was purely subconscious. It was like an hypnotic state. And whatever choice you made from that, say, came from a place of strong emotion. Okay? So you have to come at it with that strong emotion. Now, I don't invite you to keep on using force to get things like, oh, let me just go out and date. Let me, download 7, 8, 10 apps and figure out how to date. No, you first have to come with that clarity. You have to come through that commitment and awareness of who you really are and what you're ready to claim. So you first have to stop comparing yourself. You can use other relationships as inspiration, but don't use it to bring yourself down. And also claim what type of ideal man you're seeking and relationship you're desiring and why you deserve it. So you have to be very clear about that. So for the next couple minutes, I invite you to really connect of like, okay, so this is the type of relationship that I want. This is the type of, not want, I'm committed to having, I'm willing to have, I am willing to have, and I'm claiming that I will have. And why is this a non-negotiable for me? Why is it that I deserve it? As you connect with it, I would love to receive like your comments in the chat box, or for you to like unmute yourself, star 6, and share. Because you first have to come from a place of conviction. And like, I deserve this. You always have to be clear about what you deserve it, or your defense mechanisms are at play. So I'm going to give you a couple minutes, and I'm going to be reading the comments that I'm receiving right now. Thank you so much. So iPhone is saying, you're so awesome. Thank you. I received that. So are you. Please help with clearing internal blocks so that love can be everything. Need to be always connected to the love and light. I love that. So what do you mean so that love can be everything? Can you explain a little bit more about that? I would really appreciate it. So HH is saying, I had a list that I was working on with of why I feel like I might not be loved and attractive enough. Too difficult to love, too controlling, can't let go, not fun. Too untrusting of self and men, afraid of getting hurt, afraid of rejection, too independent, too stubborn. So you see, HH, right now, you know, I will be hosting a program that can help you particularly with this, and I'm going to explain to you why. And this training is going to work as well, but it's a matter of understanding the consciousness in which you are operating from, which is part of the unconscious and the other element that I'm going to share with you today. But I find that a lot of women operate from guilt or shame, like in those spaces where and what that just means is that they might not feel good enough because of programs that we've lived as a society where women were treated as second-class citizens, or they might feel like there's something wrong with them because somebody, like, they don't feel chosen. So you have to first change that point of view and understand that you're more than enough. And the reasons that you might believe why you might not have love are not, like, they're none of those. It's just simply that you've believed them because of what you taught as a kid. And then that's the energy in which you're attracting from. Does that make sense? Because you're lovable. You're worthy of love. You're love personified. It's just a matter of really knowing this and clearing that energy and that point of view. Exactly. And I can help you with that, okay? Please, please, please reach out to me. I have something that's going to help you specifically with that. So HH said, yes, I deserve a loving, committed relationship where I'm loved and cherished, to feel safe, secure, emotionally supported, deeply loved. Yes, that is 100% true. For sure. That's your right, like your birthright. All right. And anybody else would like to share why you deserve this love and what type of love are you claiming? I would love to know. This is amazing. So Noof is saying, I'm willing to have emotionally available man who's very kind, generous, gentle. He really loves me, accepts me, understands me, and able to contain me and satisfy me. Yes, yes, I love that. Awesome. So with this clarity, I invite you to write this down and have it very clearly written in front of your mirror, on your phone. But you need to understand that this is your why. You can't just look at it with wishful thinking and maybe like hope that it's going to happen for you. You have to choose. You have to see it every day. That needs to be like your north, right? You're clear about that. And you need to show up in the same way in which you have receiving raises at work, you've manifested new jobs, you've manifested anything you want in your life that really took your awareness. Like, you have to have that very clear, okay? So, perfect. Please share with me what some of those blocks are, so that I can help you. Now, the unconscious mind is the first stage, right? It's the mental plane. And when you release the blocks that you might have around the mental plane, you become more open to receive, to trust, and you actually clear a lot of your resistance to love. Like, you become way more open when you clear these. And that's why I was saying that this training was super important, because it's not just about the thoughts. This is a plot twist here, a plot twist, real plot twist. Particularly as women, like I said earlier, we haven't really been taught love energy and how to process it and how to heal it. And a lot of the stuff and the work out there that is being presented is about toughening it up, just using affirmations, emotional intelligence. But It might not be for women who are sensitive, for women who, and particularly as a kid, like you're sensitive, right? Who, when you were faced with something where you felt rejected or that you wouldn't be accepted, and you start to shut down and start to adapt yourself and what's the word for it? You started, I don't want to say shrink, but maybe you start like adapting into the world. Like if I wanted to get love, like this is how I need to do it. Like I need to adapt. I need to fit in is the word that I'm looking for. When you started to do that, you started not just protecting yourself at a mind level, but you also start protecting yourself at a heart level. So people also store energy blocks in their body. And this might surprise you, but in my experience, particularly as women, is the area where we can hold the most amount of energy. Why is that? Because the mind governs a lot of energy, a lot of mental energy, but the body also like holds a lot of emotional energy. Now, imagine, for example, what if you said that you feel like a little bit disconnected from your feminine, but you're working on it and you were asking for help? It was iPhone. What happens is that a lot of women don't know how to process it, so they have like all of this energy in their body. And some of you might be aware of like energy work in the sense of like Reiki, pranic healing, and all of that. Let's just say Reiki for the moment. And what you do is that you might go to a Reiki healer and they might align your chakras or something for that moment. But guess what? You haven't fully released the energy, all the stories behind it, and therefore you keep holding on to the thought, you keep holding on to the emotion, and then the chakra becomes stuck again. Does that make sense? Like you close yourself to love again because you weren't fully in your power to know what were the exact belief systems, etc., and you didn't do the work that is going to actually lift them from your energy for good. Does that make sense? There's a difference between like a tune-up and like releasing something momentarily, but actually releasing it and making a really like powerful choice on the inside to release all the stories and all the weight that you've added to having love, and all the weight that you might have added about yourself, who you are, how you see yourself, how you see men, how you see dating. Because or else you keep repeating them. Let me know in the comments below if that makes sense. Exactly, total purge. I love it. So fear of losing, fear of rejection, fear, insecurities, shame, blame, game. Okay, you're very aware. I love that. How do we release it for good? I'm going to share with you how in a couple minutes. I feel some emotions are stuck in my stomach. I think my chakra there is blocked. Perfect. Thank you for that awareness. I love that we have a crowd that knows a lot about chakras. That's awesome. So chakras, basically, you have to really learn how to release emotions from your body. I know a lot of women who are very feminine, who have a need to be right about their point of view about themselves or about love or about men. And they store it in their bodies and their feelings, and they misguidedly think that it's their intuition. And if it makes you angry, if it makes you sad, depressed, it's not your intuition. If it makes you feel shame, it's not your intuition. If it makes you feel full like guilt and it keeps you there, if all of those things keep you there, because I want to make sure that I clarify this, it's not your intuition. It's stuck energy that you've had since you imprinted those point of views about yourself when you were a kid or based on those relationships that you've had in the past. Does that make sense? Because intuition, higher energy, does not operate on those realms. Okay? It's your ego. It's a false sense of self that is affecting you and that you've made to be very real. And those energies tend to be very dense. And that's why you might feel it in your stomach. You might feel shut down. You might not be able to feel your body. You might kind of like feel like like a lot of energy up in your head, but none in your body. Might feel like empty here, or you might feel disconnected, like you don't want to be like fully present, or you might feel a little bit lost. It's because there's a lot of feelings and erroneous like points of view that you've had about yourself that are impacting you. Right. So for example, HH is saying, wow, this is mind blowing. I am not sure I know the difference between my intuition and this nasty voice. How to tell? If it sounds nasty, it's not your intuition, because you are pure love. And I personally believe that one of the biggest lessons, if not the biggest, I believe it's the biggest actually, that we are meant to learn in this lifetime, is actually learning how to identify the voice of love or the voice of fear or the voice of the ego. You have to understand that your ego feels separated from life. It feels like it's not going to be loved, it's not going to be good enough, people are not going to accept it, and it reacts in many different ways, pushing people away, attracting the sort of people that it may not want, feeling guilty, feeling not deserving. It can play the victim or it can play the villain, okay? But that's ego. But who you really are is love. Whenever you look at a baby, a newborn baby, all that you see is love. Isn't that true? Like, you can't question the love that you see in a baby or the love that you see in a puppy. Right? Awesome. I'm glad that this is connecting with you. And like, you can't deny the love that you feel, or when you go to a really beautiful place in nature, you can't deny it. Everything is a source of love. The ego is misguided on its view because it feels separate and it doesn't remember that it's love. So that's why you hear all these like nasty voices or make you doubt like if you're going to have love, etc. And you can put all of your conscious effort, but you need to have your unconscious, your subconscious, and you can use this interchangeably, align with your conscious mind so that it can have love. You need to stop protecting yourself from love, if that makes sense. Because that's your separated self, that's the ego, and you want to remember that you're love. So the voice of your intuition is a voice of love. It's a voice of forgiveness. It's a voice of acceptance and of celebration. And when you hold these energies in you and you keep choosing them, like I said, 60,000 thoughts per day, repetitive and negative, flight or flight response over and over and over again, right? The voice becomes nastier, right? And then you're fighting yourself and you're having to use a lot more strength to move forward and change. So the thing is that you find yourself really questioning things. It just keeps you in this really weird loop. It's not your intuition. The voice of you that tells you believe you're worthy of love, that's the voice that you need to turn up the volume on and clear the stuck energy that you have around it. The stuck energy could be your inner child or different inner childs, or memories, etc. Now, this is why it's important to be able to clear the energies in your chakras. And in your body along with your unconscious mind, because it will release all this weight. You won't feel anything on your stomach. You won't feel like your heart is heavy. You won't feel like a pang in your heart whenever something happens. All of those are stored feelings, stored emotions, stored memories that you have about something and the meaning attached to it, stored info from your inner child that believes that she's separate. But it is never true. Those things are actually coming up so that you can heal it, because the universe is trying to give you the love that you want, but it cannot give it to you if you keep choosing the other script, the other stories that you've been telling yourself about love and about past experiences, about men, everything. I'm so happy that this is connecting with you. I've been saying, preach. I'm so excited and charged by your message. Awesome. So I'm so happy. And I invite you to really share this with like other ladies once we finish and to share the recording. It's important. The universe is love. We are love. Just like you know that a baby is love, and and like a puppy is love. We are love, but we can do a lot of crazy, nasty, like bad things if we believe that we're anything less from love. So that is the main thing actually that needs to change, and that needs to stop. So it needs to stop, because if once you release this, you will actually start to see difference. Okay? You will actually start to feel like yourself again. Know that you're good. Know that you're lovable. Allow yourself to have love and stop fearing love. What the universe is showing you whenever you attract an emotionally unavailable man, or when somebody breaks your heart, those situations are your teachers, because they're teaching you, hey, I'm going to use my name for example, Nicole, you've made this so real, and you want to attract somebody, but you can't attract it because you keep holding on to the opposite belief. So whenever you interact with somebody and it's another emotionally unavailable man, what I invite you is to actually be grateful, because the universe is telling you you're still holding on to this. And I understand that you did it to protect yourself as a kid maybe, but you're still holding on to it. And like attracts like. And if you're reacting from that space, and if you're acting from that space, of course you will attract it. So the real responsibility here is on having more trust and choosing to be aligned and taking the right action by clearing these belief systems. Once you work on your energy and you release it and you integrate new belief systems in a really effective way, you will start to see changes in your love life. It is law. That's exactly how it's going to work. People who attract love with ease have positive programs and expectations about love. And I mean core programs in their unconscious and in their body. And it's more than anything a choice. They might have gone through different experiences in love, but at their core level, they're making a really powerful choice. Does that make sense? So they're making a choice. Their unconscious and their bodies are aligned with love, and therefore what happens is that they're actually open. And they attract men, because like attracts like, who have a similar vibration of energy. So I actually know what it is like to be consciously working it for something and not letting like it come through, because you have different unconscious programs. One of my clients, Lena, came to me because she didn't trust men. You know, she grew up observing men who were cheaters, and that was affecting her. That was affecting her a lot. It was affecting how she saw women's values, like the value of a woman, not fully knowing how she could see how a man could see her as like worthy 100%. Does that make sense? But once she did this work in aligning herself, and it took her to commit. As soon as I said, that's why you need to be on this, like the queen that you are, and show up for your love life. As soon as she cleared it, she met a man that was very different, and she's very happy with him now. She's very happy. She's happy. She attracted a different guy. It took her for her to release it and to trust herself and just show up in her power. And that was with us, like working on like these like sort of group calls and clearing events that I'm going to share with you. HH is saying it makes sense, but I don't know how to become that deeply positive and to attract that love from a positive space. Can you give me more? Can you tell me what you mean by that? Like, so you're saying, I don't know how to become that deeply positive and to attract that love from a positive place. So what I can say for that, and for anybody who's like, oh, but yeah, I don't know. It's kind of like a mental fog. And you need to start clearing energetically, like your view on yourself, your self-image. And once you let all that energy start to leave, you will come back to a place where you remember who you are. And then coaching as well really supports you, because then you have the next steps and how to embody the new energy into how to be that positive and how to be that confident. Because once we clear the weight, the energy, and you have the coaching to embody it, then it's easy peasy, right? Like you have clear steps. So you're saying that you're deeply afraid and mistrustful of men. I think I also have beliefs that love is pain and sacrifice. Yes, I know what those beliefs are. But they don't have to be true. Like if you do the program that I share with you later, we will work on that in particular, okay? Because you just, like, you first have to be willing. Another one of my clients, Claudia, she was on online dating sites. She wasn't getting any attraction from men. And she was doubting that it could work for her. Now, she had a wall up, right? She had walls. And through the energy work that we did together, plus the coaching, she met her man like 3 or 4 months in, and they're very happy. They're very happy, and he's exactly what she wanted and needed in her life. She had trust issues as well, and she felt like she was in survival. So she changed that. She was willing. But I remember when I first spoke with her, I was like, you just have to put in the first step in. You don't need to know how the whole full picture is going to go because you're still in that survival pattern. That's why I need you to trust me so that I can help shift the energy and train you in how to like release it for good. But you need to at least be willing to put in the first step. Does that make sense? So it can totally work for you, 100%. Now, this piece about clearing the stuff from your body is so important because let's talk law of attraction. When you are, like, law of attraction is everything. It's the same as you connected with the universe. What's in your energy, you attract, and what's your main point of attraction, you attract. So your main point of attraction could be your deep fears because it's unconscious things and it's an unwillingness to let it go. Now, you don't need to use force or physical steps to start changing that right away because that can be hard because I know what it is like to have, it's just defense mechanisms. But if you start doing the clearings bit by bit or fully like right away, it will start becoming easier because you will be working on the inner child that is like in the chakra, controlling your point of view. You want to release this. And if for some of you this is like too complicated, all you need to know is that you're storing emotions in your body, memories that are keeping you stuck, that keep you in a loop, and you attract from that space. So you want to release it. If you know about cellular memory, then you could apply it as this, right? You want to release it because law of attraction tells you like attracts like. So understand, and I want that if you are saying 20%, like 10% of your conscious thoughts, like, no, actually, like your conscious mind is just like 10% of the game. If you know how to release those fears from your unconscious, you will actually start, like you will start to see difference. And it takes courage. And that's why I created like the program so that you have my support as you release it and you feel safe, right? And you have the support of other women as well that are choosing it. Now, let's see. Noof is saying, after my last breakup of a relationship lasted for 3 years, she thought that they were 100% match. I felt so heartbroken, desperate, and even, yeah. Now, I am afraid that my subconscious mind is working against me and made me away from a new love relationship because it's dangerous to me. I lost my confidence, how to trust my decisions or listening to my heart voice. Even on the physical level, I've developed acne all over my face, neck, chest, and upper back. Well, the good news is, so sorry to hear that first and foremost, and I would love to help you. The good news is that you're here. There's a part of you that actually wants to change and is actually willing to have it. You seem very knowledgeable on chakras. And are you willing to actually change that around? Like, that would be my question. Depending on that, like you will get the results that you're seeking. So no, the other thing that I want to help you understand, and for everybody who feels this way, when you feel like something is not like you get your heart broken, a relationship doesn't work, you feel like this is a sign from the universe that I'm not meant to have love, it won't work. Like, you're not trusting the universe. So let's recap to what I said earlier. The subconscious, like, I firmly believe that the universe is completely benevolent. Why is it that I find it to be benevolent and I know it to be benevolent? Because it's always showing you what you're choosing in your mind and in your energy. If you start choosing differently, you will start to see different results. So you first need to heal your relationship with yourself and the universe. I have a deeper program that can help you. This one will work. And if you're interested more in how to trust the universe even more, then I totally recommend that one. So please reach out to me, to Nicole at NicoleElissa.com. You can reply to the email, because Elissa is with double S. So that's NICOLE at Nicole, and then another ELISSA.com. And I would love to help you, okay? It's in January. Now, what you shared, Noof, is product of stuck feelings and emotions and not being willing to release it. That's why you go into a space where you feel depressed, because you're not releasing. You're not moving forward in your energy. You are choosing thought forms that are not giving you life. And then you're keeping them in you, and you become like you don't have any sort of energy. You kind of like become stagnant around it. And that's what you're feeling. It's sort of like an energy of apathy. So you want to change that, and I can help you change it with the clearings. You want to choose something that's going to release the energy. Now, I would love to hear from Noof, like, what are you getting so far from this training? Before we go into a demonstration of this work, I would love to know what is resonating for you. Yeah, I would love to know. Right, ladies. I just started digging into the inner child stuff, and I'm so surprised by what I am discovering about my own beliefs. Awesome. Now, understand that it's not just sometimes about, depends, because you could like know more about it and release it, depends on your particular beliefs around love. But I truly do recommend the clearing work for people, because it will just release everything, and it will start attracting like a different sort of person. I want to clear out all not serving beliefs I have. I want to start a new chapter in my life. Awesome. I absolutely love that, and I agree, and I would love to support you. Now, what happens is I created a program that is called Open and Aligned for Love in 2019 for the woman who's ready for love, because I actually want to help you see difference from the get-go. Because something happens when you start seeing like a different experience immediately. And when you see the experience, you get really excited and you build momentum, okay? Feelings, if we think law of attraction, they actually hold bigger magnetic power than thoughts. So clearing these things from your chakras will make more of a difference right now, so that you start attracting love. Does that make sense? Because you're opening up the pathway that is gonna like bring to you the most amount of difference. And if you start having different feelings and emotions, because you're clearing all away the heaviness and the thought forms that keep you like mistrustful, etc., then you will open up the way in a bigger way, rather than just saying affirmations. For me, I personally recommend first doing the clearing, releasing all of that stuff, and then grounding yourself in a new reality through energy work again, like filling you up with the right energy, like self-love energy. And then grounding even further with affirmations and action steps. Does that make sense? Rather than trying to use force by just repeating affirmations, but still keeping the energy and the defense mechanisms in place. It's like you're fighting yourself, and then you get mixed messages with what you attract. And then, like you've said, like you didn't attract what you wanted, and then you use it as something against you. But what's actually happening is that the universe is telling you, you are powerful. And we honor your free will. What you choose is what you attract. And you need to let this go. Stop using all this energy against yourself. So it keeps showing you what you're using against yourself so that you can release it, so that it can actually give you what you want, because the universe is benevolent. If you keep seeing yourself as separate from the universe, you continue to attract what you don't want. So HH is saying, I want to heal and move forward. I think the recent relationship I am in is also bringing up a lot of things for me in terms of fears and the healing that needs to be done. Exactly. And I would love to help you with that, HH. Like, this is the sort of work that you want to do because you want to see results in a different way. And I promise you, like all of my clients, they attract, they start attracting in a different way, and they attract their man because they it's just showing you what you're believing. So when you stop using this energy against yourself, then all bets are off, right? You're truly operating from a self-loving space and an opening space, and in your true feminine energy, because feminine energy is all about openness and receptivity and trusting the universe, like trusting yourself. And you do that when you really understand that the universe is benevolent, and that all the things that make you believe that it's not are actually the ego that is afraid, right? But if you can't have compassion for your parents or for whatever like happened to the other people that you were interacting with, then you are going to keep continuing seeing yourself as lacking in love, or that it's not going to work for you. Like I said, you don't have that conversation when it comes to money, or when it comes to your time or your health. So you need to connect with that same sort of power in you, determination, so that you don't sabotage and you let yourself have the love that you want. So does that make sense? Now, what I am going to help you clear, I have identified 3 main areas, or 3 main chakras, where women hold the most energy against themselves, that is blocking love from coming in. And what we're going to do is that we're going to clear those chakras along with the unconscious belief systems that are part of it, so that you see for yourself and start to attract men that are the right fit for you, men who are clearing their energy, who are open and emotionally available, because you are open now and you trust and you see yourself in great light and you let yourself have love, right? And this is a very unique experience that I created for you, because I want to make you see the biggest difference. This year, I normally offer this to private clients, and I'm going to be offering it for the very first time for my audience, and for a really good investment, actually, because I want to help the most amount of women show up for their love life and start to have these positive experiences, to own their power and start to attract the love that they want. Like, let 2019 be your year. Now, the main areas, the main chakras are, number 1, your crown chakra. Or if you're not familiar with chakras, the space where your head is, like your mind, because you can hold a lot of energy. There's studies where you can see your energy field and how dense it can get when you're overthinking or when you are up here. Regularly speaking, when women are up here, they're not feeling safe, number one. So one of the first things that we're going to clear from your crown chakra is not feeling safe. The need to go up here, the fear of trusting, the fear of not trusting men, etc. We're going to clear everything that makes you overthink or to disconnect from your feelings and emotions, so that you open up the way and you start feeling better, to be in your body, to open up, to receive love and have it. Then, can you hear me? Let me know if you can actually hear me. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Now, then that's going to open up so much. It's going to also help trust the universe as well. You're going to let more of that help come through. Then we're going to go into your heart chakra, which is the place where you can kind of feel like when a relationship didn't work. I'm so glad that you can recognize that, HH. Like it's good. It's all good. And you can totally release that and start to feel more trust and be more in your body. Then we're going to go into the heart chakra. Heart chakra is so interesting because it's a place where you can kind of feel like stabbed in the heart. You can feel like pangs or heaviness, fear, anxiety. You can start to fret, and or you can shut down and you feel like you don't feel it anymore. I remember when my heart chakra or my heart started to open up again, like I could feel like the heartbeat more. Does that make sense? Like I was like, what's this? Right? I even stopped watching horror movies because I could feel so much, and I was like, "Ooh, this is different." Like I had no idea that I was like so shut down from it because I didn't feel safe. And I actually stopped, like, because I'm more honoring of what feels good to me, and I want to feel like feeling safe. And I became way more connected. So, okay, so Doof is saying she has a fear of abandonment since her childhood, and she sees this pattern repeating in my previous relationships. So fear of abandonment is something that goes in the heart chakra, and actually in all three chakras that I'm going to share it with you today. So in this chakra, and thank you so much for sharing, is where you disconnect. You don't feel safe in receiving love. You might not trust that you could actually have it, and you close your heart to protect yourself, right? And when you're in this space, even though you're doing conscious work, affirmations, like dream boards, your heart can be closed. So we want to open up the energy, and we want to remove any sort of like memory attached or story that you use against yourself to have love or against your opportunities to have love, so that you start feeling better. Once this chakra is cleared, you will start feeling happier with more love. You will start feeling open. You will know more of who you really are, and you will allow the right people into your life. This is one of the major chakras that you want to clear if you want to attract emotionally available men that actually choose you. This is the chakra as well where you also heal aspects of your self-worth. And remember, this training is about clearing these points of view that have been so unique to you for good. It's not just like a regular session where you might like get a tune-up, but then you're still holding the energies. I'm gonna, like, this is like heavy duty, like releasing it. And I call it heavy duty so that you get it, but it's not like heavy, you know, it's just, it can be fun. It can be light, but it's gonna release like the core stuff that's been there. And then you have the sacral chakra. Why do I invite the sacral chakra into the picture? Because sacral chakra, for women in particular, is your power center. It's your energy I'm receiving. Give me a second because I need to drink some water. Awesome. So yeah, my throat feels better. It's the area where a lot of women feel like there's something wrong with them, or that they're not good enough, or they have a fear that men won't accept you. Big one, right? Like I even read it in the comments here. I hear it all the time that women want to be seen, and women in my community, you want to be seen and you want to be loved for who you are, right? There's a part of you that's going to assume that you won't be loved for who you are, or that you won't be enough, or that it's just not going to happen. So this is the chakra where you clear that. The feeling that you won't be accepted, that you won't be celebrated, that you won't be loved for who you are. And where you also learn how to accept yourself. Know that you're worthy, know that you're more than enough, so that this helps you. Once this is cleared and we start to instill the belief systems of letting yourself have love and be loved for who you are, guess what happens? You will start to feel good again. You will know who you are. You will feel at peace in relationships. Those fears of abandonment will be gone, and you will feel clear. All right, you will feel good. good, good, good. Because these clearings are not just only a matter of releasing the old beliefs, but also helping you hold and have the imprints and the energies of I am more than enough. It's okay. I'm loved. I am safe in receiving love, right? We're going to have the counter programs to the fears of being abandoned, etc. Now, this is going to be a really powerful training. The result from this, because we're clearing the unconscious and the feelings and the emotions from the 3 specific chakras that I mentioned, and that we're going to be embodying the new energy of it's safe for me to love. I can be this positive. I can trust. And I help you and I coach you in how to ground yourself, you particularly in it. You will have a new sense of confidence. You will be way more open, and you will start to attract men that are the right fit for you. I mean, who doesn't want that, right? Don't you want that? It's going to be really amazing for you to have it. And I say it so powerfully because you got to know that you can have love. And you've got to stop seeing yourself like, for some sort of reason, the universe is not going to give you love. Or whenever you have to change the script, every single time that you go through a relationship that didn't work out, instead of shutting down and going back to your defense mechanism of maybe I'm not good enough, it's not going to work for me, I don't deserve it, or I have to prove my worth to a man, or it's not going to happen for some sort of reason, because of my age, because of this, or because of having kids, etc. All those reasons you use against you, that your mind will have you believe that they're illogical. They're not. They're your defense mechanism, and they need to be released. They need to be cleared. What's actually happening is that the universe is saying, you want love? Of course we want you to have love. You want to have the best love? You need to actually choose it. Mind, body, and spirit, and let go of the contradictive belief, because it's holding so much energy, and that's what you're attracting. And whenever we show that to you, instead of shrinking and believing that it's true, please understand that we're saying, hey, HH or New for like Nicole or whoever you want to call it, like, we want you to release this, because once you release this, the path is clear. Now, how do you actually do this? I'm going to be sharing with you the program Open and Alive for Love in 2019 for the woman who's ready for love and willing to have love. And you will be able to release it it could be like in a matter of weeks if you just show up fully committed. But that's what I need from you, to show up fully committed to release it. Plus, you're going to get an additional session with me for support and community as well. I want to create a really safe space for you where you feel super supported in releasing this. Now, let me know in the comments below if this is resonating with you. I'm going to do a quick clearing. And from there, I'm going to share with you the opportunity to join me on this training. Now, for those of you who are here, please stay until the very end, because I have a surprise for you. There is a special prize for those of you who are here online, versus what will be available for people who join next week. So make sure you're here, and also take, really take the experience in of the clearing that we're going to do. We're going to do a quick clearing, so that it's going to help you start feeling like better and more relaxed and more trusting. And from there, we will cover the program. Is that cool with you guys? I would love to know with you ladies. I'm training myself not to say guides. It's a very common thing, but it's not guys, right? It's us ladies. Perfect. So, for the ladies that are here, HH and Noof, what do you believe is like the main thing that you would like to start releasing for yourself? I would love to know. Okay, fear and mistrust. Of? Fear of what and mistrust of what, like, particularly? We're going to be starting in a couple minutes. Want to be able to trust myself again and trust mine as well. Release fear of abandonment. Okay. All right, ladies. So we're going to start now. I invite you to close your eyes. If you're not driving, please do not close your eyes. But if you're not, feel free to close your eyes, and we're going to start clearing now. So imagine white light coming in from the sky. And filling up your energy, all of your body, with the energy of trust. See yourself being filled with the energy of all is well. I am safe. And feel or sense all this energy coming through you. And imagine a lot of pink light now coming in from the sky, filling you up with love for yourself. Feel this love filling you up. Feeling happy, helping you ease all your fears. And letting any sort of destructive beliefs about yourself and about life and about love fall away. Feel yourself relaxing. Releasing away any and all destructive behaviors, guilt programs. And sense and feel all of these releasing. See more of this pink light showing up and just filling you up, helping you build self-trust. All negative programs that you might have around love in your solar plexus, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. And see more of this white light going to the center of the earth. And as it goes to the center of the earth, seeing coming back up, filling you up. With a really joyful green energy. Sense how this joyful green energy comes back up. And let it fill your entire body up. And see how it extends itself through your arms, your shoulders, your hands. Feel it. You can see how it's just healing and releasing and reprogramming old stuff, old belief systems about joy, about love, about your possibilities of having love. And let this green light really heal you and clear you, all of your energy. You know, for some sort of reason, I feel like you can actually use your like your hands and start moving, like pushing down. Like, I don't want to say pushing down, but I feel like you can actually tear away. Imagine like you're tearing away from the area of your chest, like pieces of like paper and blockages. Feels like you're shedding skin. That's what it feels like. Like, actually just do that with your hands and then throw that energy to the center of the earth. Yes, please do that. Keep using that and then grab it and just throw it into the center of the earth. You know, your energy field is so intelligent, and sometimes it will describe things to you at a mental level so that you understand it. And with your hands and with your actions and using your body, you can start, like, you can help the process even more. Hopefully that makes sense. So continue peeling all these programs from your chest, peeling them away. Whatever I'm helping you peel, I shake my hands at the end when I'm throwing it away into the center of the earth. And I can actually feel you like peeling now from the center and like opening up your chest, opening up your solar plexus, just opening up and then throwing away all of that energy into the center of the earth. Okay? Keep opening away, removing anything that's on your chest. Now we're removing everything that's out, that was in your chest. We're throwing it to the center of the earth. We're throwing it to the center of the earth. And imagine like you're pulling stuff out of your chest and you're throwing it out to the center of the earth. And use your hands. Not all sessions are like this, but this is what I'm being deeply guided to do right now. Imagine like in the middle, just a little bit below your breast, like in the center, like you're pulling out this energy, fully pulling it out until it's gone and you don't feel any sort of density or you don't visualize it. Not all people feel, some people see, some people hear. That's just how your body guidance works for you. Now pass your hand like you're slicing that energy from your body. And then imagine, put your hand on top of it and see your hand being filled with yellow light going through, like I said, just a little bit below the center of your breasts, filling you up with this yellow light. And if you need to yawn, that's totally fine. That's perfect, actually. And see this energy go into the center of your solar plexus. This is impacting both your heart and your sacral chakra. And see it being completely and totally filled out. If you see that you need to remove even more energy, or more energy is coming out, you can feel free to throw it into the center of the earth. Okay? Imagine your hands being covered in white light, completely cleansing your hands and your shoulders and your arms and your body. And with this white light, imagine that your whole body is covered in white light, connected to like to the sky and to Mother Earth, and seeing it expand until it's the size of the whole universe. And in this space, we ask that all energy of mistrust and needing to see proof to be completely removed out of your life now and forever. All places where you feel like you can't trust, you shouldn't trust, and all places where you're not trusting the universe or trusting yourself or trusting men to have the love that you want, everywhere where you shut down energetically, emotionally, and spiritually or mentally, however, what's right for you, we completely release it at all levels now forever. All programs of shutting down your trust, we completely release it at all levels now forever. All programs of shutting down your trust, we completely release it at all levels now forever. Any mental programs, thoughts that get in the way of you trusting, that stop you from loving, that stop you from having love that you want, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. All programs of I can't have love, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. And see yourself basically and feel yourself surrendering these beliefs out into the universe. Feel the universe taking care of you. Just releasing it. Imagine if you had like Mother Earth in front of you and just release it to her really gently and just get all of those burdens, all of those thought forms, just release it and let yourself feel softer and more open. All these programs that you used against yourself, all programs of guilt, all programs of shame, all programs of not feeling good enough, all programs of not trusting, all programs of not believing, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. All right, so any resistance that you have to loving yourself enough to have love, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. All resistance that you have to loving yourself enough to have love, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. All resistance and all stories, all programs where you're not letting yourself love yourself enough to have love, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. All resistance where you're not loving yourself enough to have the love you want, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. All programs, all disbelief, everything that's getting in the way of you loving yourself enough to let yourself have the love that you want and that you crave and that you deserve, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. All resistance that you have to having love in your life and letting yourself have it, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. All ways in which you don't love yourself enough to have it, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. All programs where you don't love yourself enough to have love, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. This meaning programs, agendas, belief systems that are getting in the way, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. All resistance, all programs, all disbelief, all ways in which you don't love yourself enough to have love, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. All lack of love towards yourself, all apathy, where you don't let yourself have the love that you want, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. All lack of belief, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. All lack of belief, we completely release it at all levels now forever. Now, ladies, I imagine and I invite you to just release this, like really release this. The main thing, one of the main things that is currently going on for you is the belief area. So we are going to start releasing the belief thing, but just give it your all so that you start feeling better about this. And it sort of feels like you're having issues with believing around your crown chakra. So if you sense any sort of dense energy around your forehead and your mind, anything that's stopping you from believing, just throw it into the center of the earth, like I showed you. Just release it. Open up the way. Open up the way. Anything that stops you from believing. Any sort of energy that you have on top of your head or your hair. Release it. Throw it into the center of the earth. Any lack of belief. We completely release it at all levels now, forever, everywhere. You're not letting yourself release this out of your chakras. We completely release it at all levels now and forever. Anywhere you're not letting yourself release this out of your chakras, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. If you need to yawn, that is great. You're releasing energy. And one more time, any lack of belief that you have in and around your body, around you having love, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. Always in which you don't let yourself have love, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. Anywhere you have this energy around your legs, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. Everywhere you have this energy around your legs, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. Anywhere you have this energy on your legs, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. Everywhere you have this energy around your legs, we completely release it at all levels now and forever. Now, see yourself and feel yourself being filled with orange light. And see all this orange light filling you with the energy of believing in yourself. See how this orange light helps you believe in yourself. Let it start working for you. Let it fill you with belief. Download and imprint the programs of believing in yourself so that you let yourself have this love. See your energy being filled up with this orange light. Now, imagine more orange light coming in, pink light coming in, and sealing your energy from the space. Imagine more white light coming in and expanding your energy until all you see is this orange light with hints of pink and white. Or only see orange if that fits for you. It's the size of the whole universe. And now imagine growing roots to the center of the earth with this orange light, filling you up with trust and with belief, and choosing to be grounding yourself in this energy so that you feel more stabilized in this area of belief. Open yourself up to believe even more and to ground yourself in this. Imagine your feet really planted and firm to the ground. Okay? And when you're ready, feel free to give inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and open up your eyes. And give thanks to the universe for the help, and give thanks to yourself for showing up. We give thanks for this practice. Let me know how you're feeling. How are you feeling? I know sometimes you can actually fall asleep. So I don't know if you fell asleep. Thank you for that. I feel good. The green light was tingly. Yes, I love that. Awesome. So Nufa say that she feels so relaxed. I love that. Oh my goodness. That's so exciting. That's so, so, so exciting. So ladies, you see how, I mean, we did this for like what, 10, 15 minutes? Imagine what it would like to, what would it be like? And it was actually a very general clearing, you know. We didn't really go in depth, although some of the stuff that we were clearing, even though we weren't giving it a name, it was actually what I could see and sense. That was like you had to peel like basically like a new skin, and that was pretty major. What I want you to really see and understand is that imagine for a second what it would be like for you if you were to go specifically into your fears of abandonment and all that kind of stuff and just release it for good. I mean, for good. It wouldn't be 15-minute clearance. We would actually be having calls of over like an hour where we go deep into these programs, particular programs. Now, it's a program that will last 5 weeks. And these 5 weeks, and the open and end align for love training for the woman who's ready for love. What happens is that it's a 5-week program. We will meet 3 times where we will clear specifically your beliefs about love. Now, why do I say specifically? Because I will ask you to answer questions for me ahead of time so that you can clear specifically what is meaningful for you. That's why being in a program, in a high like level coaching program, where it's not just, you know, scratching the surface, will really help you and will make the big difference for you. HH is saying this new skin was major. I had to do that by my eyes and ears to get rid of all that I've seen and being told. I mean, I love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. So we will meet, it's a 5-week program. We will have 3 main calls where we will clear a lot of the energy. And we will first work on the order that I said, trusting the universe, trusting yourself. We will work on the crown chakra. Then we will work on the heart chakra. Like I said, the crown chakra, and this is for you to really understand the value. Crown chakra is trusting the universe, trusting yourself, stopping the overthinking, releasing fears of being safe in your body and being safe so that you can trust again, and coming back so that actually that's going to be one of the major things that's going to attract men to you, because you're going to feel more safe to be in your body, and you're going to attract more from that space, and you're going to attract men that are connected to, you know, that are willing to be in their power in their body fully, and just, you know, show up with that power. Then we're going to work on the heart chakra, which is, you know, views about yourself, self-worth, places where you were hurt, where you start to shut down your heart, where you start to develop, you know, like the doubt, and you're going to start to align yourself so that your conscious mind and your efforts actually align, because we're going to instill and we're going to imprint like or download the energies of, I know who I am. I know how valuable and lovable I am. It's safe for me to love. I can trust men. You're going to release all your beliefs systems about men as well there, and any sort of survival belief systems that you have about love. Like the heart chakra is major. Then we're going to move into the sacral chakra, which is actually the one, to tell you the honest truth, that, you know, like I was driven to do this training for, because self-acceptance is major. And the sacral chakra is where you accept yourself, you own your power, you feel confident, you feel open and trusting, and it's your biggest magnetic power center to start attracting love. Like you will feel good, you will release all fears of abandonment there, and will imprint the energy of like being safe, you're worthy of receiving this love, removing any sort of anxiousness, or if you've been feeling disconnected from your feminine energy, this is going to be a really powerful center, because a lot of women, like, we've been told to disconnect from our feminine energy because it felt like a threat for several people. So the more you're connected with your feminine energy, the more you're in your power, the more a man can feel you and choose you as well, right? So you're not depleted or tired or anything of that sort. So this is what we're going to do. You're going to release the belief systems from the unconscious, from the chakras, and I mean for good. I'm going to give you the steps on how to release this for good, and we're going to go really in depth. You are going to have a space for you to write down what are your specific requests, what do you need to be released, and you're going to get the recordings of these calls for you to keep forever. Now, you're also, as a benefit here, and a really powerful benefit, you're going to get a private coaching session with me. Like, we're going to have a 30-minute follow-up where I'm going to help you, like, coach you on how to move forward, how to build a new way of being, so that it works uniquely for you. Like I said at the beginning, we're not the same. And I'm going to get acquainted with your needs and what is exactly going on for you. Like, I'm very quick in picking up what things, like what is working for you or not. Now, and how to make it work for you. Because I've been doing this for like several years now. It's 4 that I've been going at it, and I've really found out what's working for women nowadays and how to release it. And then you're also going to get a private Facebook group where you can connect with the other ladies, and you can connect with me. I'm going to be there responding to your questions as well. The objective and the purpose of this Facebook group, private Facebook group, is that you will be able to have your questions answered. You will feel safe in choosing the new reality. And I'm going to be recommending maybe like books, etc., or any sort of additional resources that I know that will be really beneficial, so that you start the program with a bang, and you start 2019 with a bang and with confidence, and you let this really work for you. Having my support there is going to be invaluable, as I can answer any sort of questions that's coming up for you, and it's going to really help you once you start attracting like a different sort of reality in your life. Okay, now let me repeat what you get. You get the 3 sessions, the 3 group clearing sessions plus coaching in those sessions. You're going to get a private session with me that by itself is already worth $400. And then you're going to get the private Facebook group with any sort of additional resources. You're going to get the Q&A with me, and you're going to get the recordings of the call. Now, this is going to be really powerful. The investment regularly for this training, like I said earlier, is $637. For people who sign up next week, that's the price. But for those of you who are online, you're actually getting 57% off, which is great. Why am I doing this for you? Because you're showing up. You're showing up. You are taking in all the coaching. And some of you were even in the earlier training. And I want to help as many women as possible do this. So the investment for you is $367 US. Now, this is major. Like, my private clients pay for this thousands of dollars to get that sort of like private support. And I will be there. I will ask you questions. I pride myself in being very like deep in the work that I do with my clients, and not just giving you cookie cutter stuff. I actually go to what is going to make the difference for you. I get to know you. I get to know what's going on for you, and it's going to make the biggest difference. Now, I would love to know if you have any sort of questions about the program. For you tonight, it's $367. The link for you to actually sign up for it, because I want to connect with you, it's going to be like a 10-minute call where you get to ask me any sort of private questions as well, and I get to like direct you to where you need to go, and we will process it. And I have options for you to sign up tonight so that we can connect and meet. This is private. I don't want the link being out yet. The link is going to be out next week, and it's going to go up for $637. But for you, like I said, it's $367. So how does that sound, ladies? Let me know if you have any sort of programs. Like I said, in order for you to align with love, what I recommend is going to make the biggest difference is clearing the energy, right? then from that space, building the new grounding and embodiment through affirmations and other tips that I recommend. You want to like outsmart your mind and your like the body and everything, so that you feel in power and you're not letting these emotions take over you and sabotage you and make you feel like one day you're feeling really good about love and then the other day you're not sure how you shifted your thinking so much. Is because these belief systems have been with you for all of your life or most of your life, and you want to release them. And this can happen really quickly, like with the leadership that I created for this program, and the power behind it, because it actually goes to the core of things. You will start to see progress, and I will teach you exactly how to do that. Yes. So yeah, I do. HH is asking, you mentioned another program that might help me. Can you please tell me more about that too? For sure. Can you sign up for the call, and I can tell you more about it? It's more of a it's my Open to Love program, and it helps with releasing uh, everywhere where a woman feels wrong or like not deserving, and clears specifically all of that energy and all the apathy and all the guilt attached. And I believe that that's why you were feeling like you felt so low after like that heartbreak. It helps release it because it's more of a like also like a way of being, and it's a training that goes over 10 hours, and it's really powerful, and you get additional support from me as well. And you can have both, because this program really helps as well. Like I recommend my clients to do like depending on what they want and where they're at, to do both. But we can explore that in the call if that resonates with you, HH. Does that help? Both programs are actually happening in January. You could do both. Awesome. Ladies, do you have any other questions or any more in-depth questions? Or like, this is a Q&A session of our training, and I want to make sure that the message that I presented for you was clear. Did this add value to you? I would love to know. I would love to know, what was the value that you got from this? Normally speaking, a program like this could really, honestly and truly, I could offer it for at least $6,000, because the value that you get from it, results wise, is really epic. You just got to really show up. But I wanted to make it really clear and open for just women like to show up, because I know what it is like to feel like in those odds. So awesome. You think you did. You learn a lot from me about subconscious beliefs. Perfect. So how is this training like helping you feel right now? Are you feeling called to do it? Or do you have any sort of resistance or doubts, etc.? Really, thank you. I learned that I have to clean all my residue from my last relationship to build new, strong foundation. Yes, at an unconscious level. And clear your defense mechanisms, because they're unconscious, and you want to really open up the way, because your unconscious energy and your feelings and emotions are what really connects with the universe, because it's the biggest pull of energy. Awesome, ladies. So please remember that this is available for you tonight. So do you have the link? Do you have it with you? Because it's only available for you right now. Let's see if you see the options as well. Actually, I see that is it not showing you options for today? Please let me know. I don't think it was actually showing you options for today. Okay, this is good to know. Let me fix this really quickly. Okay, let me fix this really quickly. Yeah, it should be showing it now. Awesome, ladies. Let's see if there's anything that you have to say. Ladies, all right. Let me know if you're interested and if you want to do it, or do you have like any question, anything that's not clear for you? What will you expect from the training? Ladies, okay, so I think should be working now. I really do recommend it. I could put like, well, I don't like saying this phrase, like putting your hand in the fire, you know, it doesn't sound like good. But it will work. I think this is the deepest level of clearing that I invite anybody to do. If they want to see real changes in their love life. Because if you feel like you can't trust yourself and everything, this is all energy. Okay, it should be working now. You know what, HH? You can actually just stay here right away, and I can just set up the time with you for us to talk, okay? Is that cool with you? Just stay here. Awesome. Noof, I don't know if you're talking or not, but but thank you. Like, if you have any sort of questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for being here, HH and Noof. Um, let's see. It should be showing up now. Well, what I recommend for you, HH, is to just stay on the call. Okay. All right, ladies. This has been great. No worries. Thank you so much. You're most welcome. Have a happy holidays. My intention with this training, ladies, do not miss out on this. Like, this is my recommendation. It's going to work for you. Like, it's going to release so much. You're going to feel better. You're going to feel more aligned, more in integrity, more in alignment. And you will start to attract men who actually really see you. Now, awesome. Thank you. All right. Let me start recording. Thank you.